Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Samantha. I'm the mother of cats, and this is one of my many children. Before I start with today's video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 500 subscribers. That's crazy, right, bud? That's insane. I never thought that I was going to get to half a thousand, basically. In my brain, it's like, oh my gosh, 500, that's half a thousand. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, I'm going to be uploading videos on a more regular basis from now on. I'm going to try to do every 1 to 2 weeks. So yeah, let's just get into today's video. I'm going to be telling you guys about Theodore and Twinkle's rescue stories. Theodore is right here, and Twinkle is in a separate bedroom. So if you don't know who she is, go back and watch my last video of introducing all my pets, and you'll see her. So for Theodore, he came from a stray cat that I used to care for. Her name was Precious. She was a calico. And, oh yeah, I forgot to tell them. His birthday was 2 days ago, June 2nd. And I should have filmed this video on his birthday, but I don't know why I didn't. Mr. Man. He's 12 years old. And I've had him since he was 8 weeks old. So he was the first cat that I got. I've had him the longest. You're like, what are you doing back there? The people want to see you. He's just gonna lay behind me. Yeah, so his mom was a stray cat that I named Precious. I used to go over my grandmother's house every summer. And take care of all the stray and feral cats that would run around her neighborhood. So one of those cats was his mom. And she ended up having babies underneath our neighbor's back porch. So our neighbor was nice enough to take her and her babies in, and she rehomed all of the babies once they got old enough. And that's where I got Theodore from. Where is he at? It's like behind me. But yeah, I've had him since I was about like 12, 13 years old. So after I got Theodore, his mom ended up getting pregnant again because my neighbor didn't get her fixed. I guess she just wasn't educated on things like that. So she never got Precious fixed, and she ended up getting pregnant again. She had another litter of babies, and this time she couldn't take care of her and her babies. So she gave Precious and her kittens to another friend that she knew. And that friend also couldn't take care of them, so she sent Precious and her babies to a shelter. And I don't know what happened to them. I'm just hoping and praying that they all got good homes. So yeah, that's Theodore's backstory. That's where I got him from. He's just back there cleaning himself. Look at him. He chooses to lay right behind me. He could have laid right here or right here, but he's got to be right behind me. Anyway, so yeah, that's Theodore's rescue story. Now on to Twinkle. Twinkle's is a little bit more, there's a little bit more details with hers. So her mom was another stray cat that I took care of named Coconut. She was also a calico. She was a really pretty calico though. I've never been able to find any pictures of any other cats that look like her. She was kind of like, think of a cow cat. How they're like white with like black like spots on them. She was like that, but instead of black spots, it was like calico spots. That's what she looked like. She was so beautiful. I wish I would have taken pictures of her, but I didn't have a phone back then. So yeah, I really wish I would have had some pictures of her. So she ended up having Twinkle and her siblings on another neighbor's porch. This is a different neighbor. And those neighbors took all of her kittens except for Twinkle, and I guess they rehomed them to their friends or whatever. I don't know why they left Twinkle, but I felt bad, and she was about 3 or 4 months old, so she was starting to get to the point where she was like semi-feral. She was sort of used to people because the neighbors fed her and her mom, but I don't think they played with her or handled her or anything because she wasn't used to being touched. So, I feel like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. My fucking bra and my boobs are just pushing down on my fucking ribcage. Anyway, so yeah, I decided to take her and her mom in because I didn't want them to be on the streets anymore. So Coconut was really friendly. It was super easy to catch her. I just had a carrier. I didn't even have a trap. Like back then, I didn't have like any traps or anything. I had carriers. I still have the exact carrier till this day that I used to catch her in. So I just put a can of cat food in the back of the carrier. Coconut went right in and Twinkle went in behind her. Once they went in, I just closed the door and I had them. So I took them back to my house where I lived with my mom because, like I said, this was all at my grandmother's house. So I took them back to my house. We had them in my mom's room for the first couple of days, and I really wish I would have known then what I know now about animal control and animal shelters, because I would have never sent her to a shelter if I knew. So we ended up calling animal control and she went to the shelter, sadly. And like I said, I didn't know, and I feel like till this day I feel horrible about doing it. But I'm just hoping and praying that she got a good home. She was a really sweet cat, really beautiful. I don't know who wouldn't want her. So I'm just really hoping that she got a home and she didn't get put to sleep. But yeah, it would be really cool if I had some pictures of her that I could show you guys, and like maybe someone adopted her and they would be watching this video and they could be like, oh my gosh, that's my cat. That would be the coolest thing ever. But sadly, I don't have any pictures of her to show. She could very well still be alive. She was maybe around like 3 or 4 years old, maybe younger than that. So she'd be an old lady now, around like 13, 14 years old, but she'd still be alive. Yeah, I just feel really bad. So yeah, we ended up keeping Twinkle so that she could be a friend for Theodore. Theodore was around 1.5 to 2 years old when we got Twinkle. He just turned 12 and she just turned 10 in April. So I've had her since she was about 3 or 4 months old. And like I said, she was kind of semi-feral. So she was scared at first, but she quickly got used to us. She's used to the people that she knows, but with any type of stranger that she doesn't know, she acts like a feral. But around the people that she knows, like me, my husband, my sister, my mom, she just acts like a regular house cat. So yeah, she was scared of my husband for the longest time, but she eventually got used to him too. And yeah, so she's like a normal house cat now. And so yeah, that's basically where Twinkle came from. But I do want to talk more about her mom. So her mom, Coconut, before we got them off the street, so my grandmother had a tree, this big like oak tree in her backyard, and there was a hole in the tree. It was about 5 to 6 feet up, and there was like a giant hole. Coconut had babies in there at one point. She would climb up the tree, go down inside the hole, and she had babies in there. And I wanted to get the kittens out and like take them in so they wouldn't grow up and be feral, but I wasn't able to get them out of the hole. I didn't have anybody to help me. So they eventually ended up getting big enough to where they started to climb out of the hole, and then they eventually, you know, ran off. And I saw a few of them here and there like come by, and there was a male that I named Alvin. Oh yeah, by the way, Theodore is named after the chunky chipmunk on Alvin and Chipmunks. And then Coconut's baby, the male that I was talking about, I named him Alvin after Alvin on the Chipmunks. So yeah, I've seen him and a few of his siblings like come around every now and then, but they mainly just like, they ended up disappearing and just, you know, going wherever. I hope someone like else around that area was doing like TNR and, you know, stuff like that. There was a lot of stray and feral cats around there. But yeah, so she had a litter of kittens in the tree. And then before that, she had a lot of litters. Okay, let me just, I know like I'm being confusing right now, but let me just make it clear. Coconut had a lot of litters. I don't know how many. I can't really remember every single litter. The only litters that I remember are the tree kittens, Twinkle's litter, and one litter she had before the tree kittens. So before the tree kittens, she had another litter. And in this litter, there was a cat that I named Socks. She was another calico. And she grew up on the street, but she was also kind of like semi-feral, semi-stray. I don't know. She was used to people, but she was like more skittish than Coconut was. So she ended up getting pregnant and having babies. And my other cat, Storm, came from her. So technically Storm and Twinkle are related by blood. I won't be talking about Storm's rescue story in this video. I'm going to be doing 2 cats per video. So I'll get to his story in the next video. But I just wanted to tell you guys that. So Twinkle and Storm are related by blood. So yeah, that's basically Twinkle and Theodore's rescue stories. Theirs aren't too complicated. Storm's rescue story is where it gets kind of complicated. His is pretty long and crazy. So that one should be fun. Make sure to tune into my next rescue story video if you want to find out how I got him, how I rescued him. Yeah, I've been caring for and rescuing stray and feral cats ever since I was like 11, 12 years old. I just recently got into TNRing because I didn't have a trap before then to catch the cats and take them to get TNR'd. But I have been taking in kittens and feeding stray cats and finding homes for stray cats since I was young. I've rescued dogs before. I've rescued it's mainly cats, but I have rescued a few dogs and a few smaller animals as well. So let me know if you guys would be interested in hearing those stories as well, because I'm just going to be doing my cat's rescue stories for right now, and my dogs. Can't forget about the dog. So yeah, that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new, subscribe. I don't know if I have a bell. If I do, click it so you can be notified if I upload another video. I don't know if it works or not, but click it anyway. You guys like my new tapestry just got? It's nice, right? I love it. It's huge. It doesn't look that big on video, but it's like ginormous. I love it.